Hey, what's up, guys? This is my first ever YouTube Craigslist find video. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll try not to make it too long, keep it interesting, and keep it fun for you guys to check out. So I got this collection that we have in front of us. It is about 8 binders, and this box right here. When I saw this box, I knew this was the era that Magic cards that I collect, so I knew right away this was something I should be interested in. The ad said nothing about the cards, so I start talking to the guy, and he tells me that he has some Magic cards from a while ago, and well, lucky for me, that's when I collected. This is kind of what I saw here in the collection. I found this box, which I immediately opened when I met up with the guy. It was filled with uncommons, tons of uncommons. As you can see, they're mostly Ice Age or Alliances. There's some 4th edition in here as well, but most of this stuff was Ice Age and Alliances. It was all color coordinated. You know, I just scrambled through some stuff. This is revised. So yeah, nothing incredibly special here, just some cards. And I was like, cool, they're well organized, that's cool. This looks really clean, this box is great. So then I started going through the binders. I went through a binder like this first. This was what he called his extra rares. So these were his extra rares. In here, there's obviously Soul Ring's not rare, but it's good card. There's a bunch of those. There's some decent stuff, some Legends cards in here. My personal favorite, if you know my Instagram, Jedit O'Janin, that's my icon on there. So, you know, there's some decent stuff. He kept talking about, I was like, hey, do you have any dual lands? Do you have any dual lands? He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I got all of them. I got all the Ice Age dual lands. I'm like, well, brother, that's not exactly the kind of dual lands I'm looking for, but I'll take it. So yeah, some really cool stuff. This is in Shade, one of my favorites by Christopher Rush. Contract from Below, one of the best cards in the game if you're playing for ante, which you guys all should be doing. And yeah, just some decent stuff, nothing crazy, some cool things. So then I'm like, well, what are these other binders? You know, and he's like, oh, I just brought the binders, because I met up with this guy in a parking lot. And these binders, if you can see right here, they had the names of the sets. And then you open them up, and you can see he had every card name listed on there. Every single card name. And it was all in alphabetical order. This is a complete set of Ice Age. I know you're like, wow, Ice Age, really? Now I took some cards out of here for decks. This is a complete set. And I was pretty impressed. And then I start digging. And I'm like, hold up. There's 4 of each in here. And his theory, this gentleman, he goes, yeah, well, I knew you could have 4 of every card in a deck, so I just got 4 of everything. So every single page has 4. Well, this one has 3, but most every page has 4. Every single page. And before online, here's Pox. Pretty famous these days for some weird reason. Pox. But anyways, before the internet, he told me that there was Scry. I was like, oh yeah, I know Scry magazine. And what he had done was he had opened up the Scry. Try to get this so you guys can see. Might be minimal focus, but right here, right there, he cut out each card name, what kind of rare they were, and taped it on each page individually, color coordinated in order. As you can see, this is a set of alliances. I'm sure you all are like, get to the good stuff right now. So yeah, the good stuff is that there were some Force of Wills in here. Perfect, mint condition. And this guy took very good care of his cards, and he was in the military, and he was very organized. There's a set of Homelands behind it, which you guys are like, oh wow, Homelands. Anyways, he stopped playing around the same time I did. Here's a binder, Fallen Empires, Chronicles, nothing too exciting. And then we get to some of the good stuff. So then I find this binder. I don't know if you can see it, there you go. Then I find this binder. And I'm like, oh wow, alpha, beta, promo cards. Now, the promos did not have 4. Sorry to say, there was only 1 Mana Crypt. But how cool are these promos? I mean, I remember these from when I was a kid, and you had to mail away for them. And, you know, I think I owned Arena back in the day. And then he had all these foreign cards as well. So, back then, foreign cards were really hard to come by. And you couldn't just order them on eBay and go, oh, I want my, you know, my foreign card. You had to either go to the country or know somebody there, and they're really hard to get. So it's really impressive that that he had some foreign cards in here. And I've always been a fan, especially of the Japanese and the Chinese cards. The printing, love that print. But then we get to the serious stuff. So he had these pages where he would check off his card lists, and this first one was Arabian Nights. I about fainted. It's not a complete set, and I did add a few of my own cards in here. So, you know, I had this mountain. He didn't have a mountain, so I added that. This Bazaar, I added that. He did have the City of the Bottle, which I didn't have, and I was like super stoked to see it in here. He had a Pyramids, which was in great condition. I have a really banged up one. The ring was mine, but a lot of great stuff in here. He didn't have a Juzam. I had the Juzam before, so don't get like, oh wow, this is another one of those like I found everything I could ever dream of. No, there was a lot. Trust me, I'm grateful, but some of these cards were mine. This is a placeholder. I have my personal one in a hard case, but this was in there. Old Man was in there. Some of the great stuff. So Ali from Cairo was mine. He didn't have that, but just some incredible stuff, and it was all well organized. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make a set of Arabians. So I've been working on that. I'm about 4 cards short. And then there was an Antiquities expansion, and I was like, oh, okay. Spoiler, no Mishra's Workshop, but this little guy right here, this thing has been going nuts. But some really cool Antiquities cards. You know, Coffin, always one of my favorites. And I was like freaking out. I mean, I'm sure you guys would too. These two I didn't have. I got them. The Artifact Power and Transmutate. It's freaking awesome cards. Sorry if my pages are getting a little glossy here. Argivian. And then guys, we get to some more of the big money. There was Legends. And I mean, look at how meticulous this gentleman was with his card labeling. I mean, if the kids today could see us, if the kids today could do this kind of stuff. No one has patience for this anymore. This dude was like, going all in. I'm gonna make the most of this thing and get myself organized. And luckily I was the lucky owner of this now to come aboard. There was a chain of metamorphosis in here, chains of metamorphosis. I put that in a hard case. But just guys, I mean, Mana Drain, these two beasts of cards that are going off right now. Just legends, lots and lots of legends. Yeah. So this was the jackpot. This was the first time I've ever come across anything like this in a collection, especially a collection where they weren't asking for $10,000. This collection, you know, this was something this man worked very hard to get and put together, and I'm so glad I was able to find it. And guys, the last binder I'm going to share with you is this one. This guy, as you can see, oh yeah, he labeled all these himself. And basically that happened. Now the previous binders, like the legends and the and all those didn't have 4. A lot of them just had 1, for obvious reasons. However, when I was talking to him, I asked him about dual lands, and he was like, yeah, I got these Ice Age dual lands and they're amazing. And I'm thinking to myself, I need revised dual lands. Like that's what I play with, that's what everyone wants. I was like, do you have any revised dual lands? He goes, yeah, I think I have 4 of each. And I'm like, come on, this guy doesn't have 4 of each. But yeah. Yep. He had 4 of every single dual land. I took out one of the C's for a deck. I think I left the scrub lands in here. So there were 4 sets of revised in this one binder. I mean, 4 complete dual land sets of revised. There's some dark back here, set of dark. But guys, this is a collection you're not gonna find every day. I've been looking on Craigslist for years. I have a couple other collections I'm gonna share with you guys that I picked up on Craigslist throughout the years. This is my gold mines. This is my holy grail. You're not gonna find the Black Lotus, Mox, Beta binders out there that was in grandma's basement. Like, that's just not happening anymore. Cards, people know how to search cards. There's the internet, so easy to use. So finding something like this is a true blessing. I mean, it's something that, like, you know, you've done something right finding this kind of stuff. So thank you guys for checking this out. I hope you guys check me out on Instagram, Alpha Lotus. I try to post nice, clean pictures of cards that I admire and I like the artwork of. My collection's decent. It's not the best in the world, but you know, really love this game, and I'm really glad to be back in it and seeing the community and the excitement in everyone. So thank you so much, guys. This is my first Craigslist find video. I'm going to be posting some higher quality video content on Magic cards for you. I went to a couple GPs. I'm going to get some footage up of those. So please like, follow, share, that whole shebang. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace, I'm out.